Rin from Hallowed Be Thy Game, and today I'm going to share with you great and affordable JRPGs for the PS5. Let's check it out. Welcome back to another episode of Hallowed Be Thy Game, and I am beyond excited to finally be talking about the PS5. I don't think I've talked about this since I played Demon's Souls on the channel, which was many moons ago. Anyways, apparently the PS5's been out for multiple years now. Been kind of a weird generation to say the least. However, I wanted to take some time to share with you some great and incredible JRPGs that you can get affordable right now for the PlayStation 5. Now that a couple years are under the PS5's belt, there's quite a few games that I'm excited to share with you today. Now, not every game on today's list is exclusive to the PS5, however, there are a couple that are exclusive. I'll notate them when I get to those. However, if you know of a JRPG that is fantastic and affordable right now, please let everyone know down in the comments. I'm always looking for more cool games to pick up. Now, if you enjoy these types of videos, please let me know by liking and subscribing. It helps out the channel massively. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. Now, Eiyuden Chronicle Rising is a Metroidvania style of sorts games. It is a side-scrolling kind of action-adventure RPG. Definitely, I had a blast with this game. It is extremely affordable right now for the PS5. And with the Eiyuden Chronicles 100 Heroes coming out, which is very much a love letter to the Suikoden series, this is a great time to get into the prequel story to that with Rising. This is definitely one I've had a ton of fun with, even though it's going to be playing different than the Suikoden love letter that is coming. This is an excellent game, a wonderful JRPG for you to pick up and dive into right now. Without question, one of the greatest JRPGs ever made and just kind of introduced jazz music to a whole new genre of people is Persona 5 for the PlayStation 5. This is at a fantastic discount right now. This is the royal version of the game, so you're going to be able to get the extended story, well over 100 hours of content here for just a single playthrough. Is it a daunting game? Yeah, but this is a JRPG that you can just sink into. This is an excellent entry point into the press turn battle system, which is my favorite battle system in all of turn-based games. This has the highest marks from me. This is one of the greatest video games ever made. I love it with all my heart. And with Persona 3 Reload, as of the releasing of this video coming out next month, this is an excellent time to dive in and kind of familiarize yourself with that press turn battle system, and yeah, I can't recommend it enough. Now, the beginning of this year is just absolutely bonkers for JRPGs. We've already talked about Yakuza getting a new entry, also Persona 3 Reloads coming out, but also we have the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Well, now is a great time to pick up Final Fantasy VII Remake for the PS5. This is the integrated version of it. It's going to have the Yuffie side story, which was extremely impactful, and it's going to tie directly into Rebirth that's coming out next month. Just an excellent, affordable time to dive into this. I love this game with all my heart. Does it have some controversy to it? Sure. I'm not going to get into it right now because there are some spoilers with it. However, if you've never played the original Final Fantasy VII, or if you played the original and you're looking for a fresh new take on it, I highly recommend it. It's, again, the highest marks for me. I love this game. It is an action RPG. However, there is a difficulty setting where you can set it on classic mode to where it slows it down to turn-based combat. Not a lot of people talk about that. Anyways, I figure I'd let you know if that's something that's a sticking point for you. Anyways, excellent price. Definitely pick it up. Now, Scarlet Nexus for the PlayStation 5 is phenomenal. I would say this is where it is a must-play. Is this on multiple platforms? Sure. However, the haptic feedback for the PS5, some of my favorite implementations of it with this and Demon's Souls is just phenomenal. Look, you're in a cyberpunk world and you use brainwaves power, and you can use the controller to effectively, you can feel the trigger pull as you're like charging up for these giant mega hits. It's phenomenal. And if you don't have enough meter, there's no haptic feedback. It's just excellent. It's just such a fluid, excellent experience. It's one of my favorite action RPG systems. And what's cool about this is this really opened me up to party-based action RPGs. And what I mean by that is that you have multiple party members that effectively add buffs and modifiers to it, but I really just kind of was open to the idea of JRPGs going in a different direction with action RPG combat other than just kind of an action adventure feel to them. Scarlet Nexus is supremely underrated. It's like $15 right now. That is a steal for how much fun you're going to get here. There is also an anime to this. This is just a great world that's just full of lore. I really hope we haven't seen the last of Scarlet Nexus. However, this is a banging price and the must-play location for it on the PS5. Scarlet Nexus, you gotta pick it up. Now, another dirt cheap, amazing, incredible game is Tales of Arise. I know this may sound pretty wild, but this is in my top 10 favorite games of all time. I love Tales of Arise with all my heart. It just swept my heart away, and this is how I want action, party-based JRPGs to be. It is phenomenal, and the combat is just so full of just pizzazz. It is in your face. It is just over the top with just the visuals. It's just, oh my gosh, my eyeballs just roll in the back of my head. It's just phenomenal. But what's excellent about this is that the balancing and everything to the game is just, I really think the combat is just where this game shines the brightest. I love the characters. I think that their designs are some of my favorite in gaming. However, the combat itself is where this game just flexes those beautiful muscles. Like, I can't get enough of this game, and it's sub $20 right now in the US. Literally, that's the easiest recommendation I can give you. Tales of Arise is fantastic. No, you don't need to play any of the other entries to be able to dive into this one. I love it, and it's dirt cheap. Before we get to the rest of today's video, I want to take a moment to thank its sponsor, Sega, with their upcoming release of the latest installment in the Yakuza series, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. A gripping story, amazing combat, minigames, and endless experiences await in Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth.
Welcome to paradise.
Aloha! All right!
I can show you around now, but there's a few things you need to learn before we have a good time. You can have a little fun with some friends. And even pick up a new skill. Whatever you do, be careful. Even paradise can have its secrets.
You trying to tell me there are Yakuza in Hawaii? Not exactly something you'd find in a guidebook, is it?
Keep your friends close. And your enemies closer.
Name's Dwight.
Nice to meet you.
Take cover!
Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth launches January 26, 2024 on PlayStation, Xbox, Windows, and Steam. Pre-order now and get the Heroes Booster Pack and Special Job Set before it's too late. For more information, visit infinitewealth.sega.com. Check out the link down in the description and pinned in the comments for more information. And with that, let's get back to the video. Now, next up on today's list, we have Tactics Ogre Reborn. This is a remake of the Ultimate Classic, an SRPG. This is for the tactical role-playing fans out there. This is a phenomenal game. It's one that you're definitely not going to be blasting through. You can just kind of sit down and just sink hours and hours away into this. Really, I think this is just kind of a cornerstone of the SRPG genre, and the updated visuals and character designs to this are just gorgeous. I can't get enough. Look, if you're looking for a quality classic SRPG to dive into, this is a great, cheap place to start. Star Ocean: The Divine Force was a return to a game series I haven't played since the PSP. Look, I loved Star Ocean First Departure R on the PSP, but I never touched anything else since. Divine Force just hooked me right in. I love this game. It's a little rough around the edges, however, this game to me just shines so bright. I love all the characters. I think the story is so cool. Seeing the clash between like a futuristic sci-fi world meeting this kind of medieval, magical type world, I couldn't get enough of it. And really, to me, it made me just a diehard fan of this. And honestly, even though it's not cheap right now, the second story R, which just recently came out for Square Enix. If you fall in love with the Divine Force, you can kind of keep your eye out for sales or reprints to go on for that game, which is just an immediate classic as well. But yeah, Divine Force, I love the jetpack gameplay to this. It's one not to miss out on. Soul Hackers 2 was robbed. I will die on that hill. I love this game so much. Really just kind of got panned by the community before it even released. That's a whole nother story. However, look, if you're looking for kind of a traditional dungeon crawling, kind of older school, like PS2, PS3 style and feel of a game, Soul Hackers 2 is where it's at. And this price is a no-brainer to recommend it to you. Look, Soul Hackers 2 takes elements of SMT in the original Soul Hackers game and blends in the modern day kind of persona, pizzazz, and kind of feel with the UI. This game is just visually, it's hip, it's cool, it's with it. Look, I'm not really a hip guy, but this game makes me feel like I could be playing it. Look, I love the character designs. Shiro Miwa to me is nigh peerless in character designs. I hope we haven't seen the last of him. I mean, him and Seventh Dragon alone, look, checkmate. The dude knows what he's doing. Anyways, from a gameplay perspective, this game is very much a more mature, darker feeling, Persona feeling game, but I would call it kind of a lighter feeling, not as dark and grim as you might see from like SMT Devil Survivor for anybody who's maybe played that game. However, it's a kind of a great bridge point between Persona and SMT. You have similar feeling combat systems and whatnot, but the feel of the game is very much unique and it's very much just full of style. I love this game. I really wish more people would give it a shot, but at this price point, if you are interested, I think you should check it out. Undernaut's Labyrinth of Yomi is one of my personal favorite first-person dungeon crawling games. The visual designs in this are just excellent. It looks gorgeous on the PS5. You should totally... But in this game, you're going to be kind of exploring a deep labyrinth, and as you descend deeper and deeper into the labyrinth, things get spookier and spookier. Look, if you're a fan of kind of like SMT, Strange Journey, or maybe Etrian Odyssey feeling style games, you should really give this one a shot. Because in this, you have full autonomy over your party. You can choose how they look, what classes they are, and just build your own unique party. And that's really an addictive experience, and one that I don't really feel is utilized much these days. I mean, yes, there is the Etrian Odyssey games that have had some a remaster trilogy port. However, I think though that if you're looking for a game that gives you as much freedom as you want, Undernaut's Labyrinth of Yomi is where it's at. Now, a very recent game, another SRPG, Persona 5 Tactica. I had an absolute blast with this game. Ultra unique turn-based battle system in an SRPG setting. Look, I love the melee counter system. You're really incentivized to displace enemies, get them out of cover, and just utilize the environment to your advantage. This is a fun side story with the Persona 5 cast. Really, at this price point, you're getting a quality SRPG that you can dump dozens of hours into. Now, the last game on today's list is Final Fantasy 16. That price is coming down. Look, this was kind of a controversial game when it came out. However, it's a very quality action RPG, and I've had a lot of fun with it. Clive is such an excellent, one of the coolest Final Fantasy protagonists we've had in quite some time. An excellent game. The visuals are popping. It's like you're playing an anime. Really, it's just unreal, some of the visuals in this game. Really, if you're looking for games that are more of a graphical powerhouse and kind of show what the PS5 is capable of, I think Final Fantasy 16 is a great place to do that. These are just the games that I think are great and affordable right now. Please let me know what you think people should be checking out down in the comments. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Again, I want to thank Sega so much for sponsoring today's video. For more information, check out the link down in the description for Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and also pinned in the comments you'll find the link as well. Thanks again, Sega. Like this video if you liked it, and subscribe for more PS5 JRPG content. And until then, I'll see you all next time.